everyone, it's Vicki from www.paperinkle.com. Thanks so much for being a member of our Paper Inkle Stamp and Punch of the Month Club. I am here with one of your August videos. I'm going to show you how to make the notebook that you all received as part of your club gifts. And let's go ahead and get started. So for the notebook, you're going to need 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 pieces of paper to make the top part of that. And what you're going to do is use the embossing folder from Delicate Designs. You're going to go ahead and slip your paper in there as close to the edge as you can get. Give yourself though a little bit of lip here because you're going to end up cutting that out. And what I found was if you cut it too close, it makes it really difficult to trim it up with your edge lip at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and line that up right where I would like it. So what I'm going to use is my Big Shot multi-purpose platform. I've flipped up the 2 tabs so that I've just got the base here. I'm going to put one of my cutting pads on there. I'm going to take my paper that I have lined up in my Delicate Designs embossing folder, and again I've left a little bit of an edge here. I'm going to line that up on my multi-purpose platform, put my top on it, and run that through the Big Shot. And what that gives me is a piece of embossed paper. So I'm going to switch over and I'm going to take the magnetic platform. This is fantastic to use for this. One of the tips that really helps is to have cutting pads that are very flat. If they're warped, you can look back on one of my newsletters. There's some instructions on how to unwarp them. It involves a little bit of oven time, but you can certainly get more use out of them. Once they warp, it is difficult to use. So I'm going to get one that lays as flat as possible. I'm going to put my paper down, and then I'm going to use my large scallop edge lip. And what I'm going to do is line this up the best that I can at the very bottom, and you'll see it sticks nicely on the magnetic platform. Now if you haven't been lucky enough to get a magnetic platform yet, what you would do at this point is you would go ahead and use your multi-purpose platform. You would do that on your top cutting pad, and then what you would need to do is use either removable tape or the sticky side of a post-it note to adhere that down, because you really don't want that to slip once you run it back through. Then I'm going to put the top back on. I'm going to run that through. And you can see that trims it right where I want it. So now let's put this together into the notebook. So again, I have 3 of these in 3 different colors: Strawberry Slush, Coastal Cabana, and Crisp Cantaloupe. And what I'm going to do is take my legal notepad. It's a junior legal pad. It is, I believe, it's 5 1/2 by 8 inches long. Again, these were 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. 5 1/2 is the width. And then what I'm going to do is use sticky strip, because sticky strip really holds this down tightly. So I'm going to start with my Crisp Cantaloupe, and what I'm going to do is apply the sticky strip right along the bottom part, and I am going to use a nice big piece there so that it adheres it very nicely. And I'm going to go ahead and do another piece on the back. This is going to be my bottom layer. And so once I do that, I'm going to go ahead, pull the strip off, and adhere that. And if you do have trouble getting this strip off, you can use the tip of a pair of scissors, or you can use your paper piercing tool. I'm going to go ahead and line this up. I'm going to see where I think I want that to end. I know that I want my other strips to be, I think I'll do it with the Strawberry Slush at the top and this one at the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and hold these together just so that I can get an idea of how far down on my paper I want that. And you can, it's your choice, you can move the design up, move it down, whatever look you like the best. And I think I kind of like this one. And I want that top to line up right at the top. I'm going to put that down, and again, I only have sticky strip now on my bottom piece, so I've adhered that down. Now you can measure it and score it at the top, but honestly what I found was just folding it over, getting a nice crisp edge as you fold it over, was the easiest way to do this. And I'm going to adhere that. I'm going to do the next with the same thing with the next strip. I'm going to do the same thing for the middle strip. I'm going to go ahead and line this up. And the only thing you have to watch is whether you want it all to be in the embossed outside or the embossed side, so whichever look you like better. You just want to keep that even across your design. I'm going to go ahead and place this on. Again, the sticky strip is there to adhere that. I'm going to fold that back down. And I got that just a tiny bit crooked, moving quickly here. And then on this last one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this, but instead of putting it above the seam where I did on the others, I'm going to put it right on the bottom of the design. And I'm not going to do the top yet because I'm going to wait and see where it needs to lay down. So I'm going to go ahead and line this right up. And then go ahead and fold that over. And then what you're going to have here, and you'll see I hurried on that last one and it's a tiny bit off, but what you're going to have here is just the one color on the back, and then I would go ahead and add sticky strip on the back of that to adhere it down. Then for your design, I'm going to do the same thing that we did for one of the cards. This is just stamped. This is Coastal Cabana stamped with the same color ink. You would stamp that with Flower Shop and then use your Posy punch to punch those out. It's 2 layers. I have them adhered with a glue dot, or you can use Stampin' Dimensionals. And then this little banner here is just a piece of 1.5. Let's see, that's 1.5 by 3 inches. That's just a strip of DSP. And then to make the banner, what I did was, you can do it one of 2 ways. You can fold it in half like this and just lightly pinch it, and then you can just snip the corners like that. Or what you can do is use your 1-inch square punch. You can put it in at an angle, line those up, and then you can simply punch out your banner. So you can do it whichever way you like the best. You can make that longer, shorter, whatever look you want. And then I would just use a Stampin' Dimensional and add that on there. So hopefully you can, between this and taking a look at what you got for your club gifts, you'll be right on your way. I hope to see some great notebooks that you've come up with. Thanks.